enchanters, the time has come to be alive in the circle of Magi, where we will thrive with our brothers. Enchanters remind that time will not unwind.
Welcome to the semifinals of the Haven Regionals. If you are joining us again, it's the semifinals.
Oh, yeah. And we've got Water Nick and Fire Nick.
They're both Nick.
And they make Steamy Nick.
The battle of the Nicks. We got some Volcanian Nicks.
Let's go, Nick. That's right. That's right.
Your Water Lorraine savior. So now the dark horse of the format is Water Lorraine, making top four.
Oh my god. Could you imagine if Water Lorraine wins this? Dogs and cats living together. Mass
hysteria. Dogs and cats. I wish I remember the rest of that quote.
Fire and brimstone and all that
stuff.
Like
dogs and cats living together.
Alright, what are we banishing? Oh, an infusion. So he's going to do the old standard level up. Sort of Seeking. Now Water Nick here has had plenty of combat experience against the Fire Lorraines just in today alone, let alone probably the hundreds of other matches he's done. But Fire Lorraine is still a force to be reckoned with. Not to be reckoned with. Oh, yeah.
Sorry, just
that was silly. No, that's fine.
Is there any water left in here?
Open! Yeah, that's what I'm drinking.
Let's go, baby. Shall be the one Nick to stand against the storm. Looks like Water Nick has already taken 4 damage here.
It's alright, he's gonna level up. Kiss his boo-boo.
Get the good old Sword of Seeking.
Oh, old Sword of Betsy. Very reliable.
SOS, save our Sword of Seeking. Dude, when I did that, it got red. I said that too loud.
No, that's alright.
We getting hype.
Yeah. We're in top 4.
So this stream is already 30 minutes long.
Oh my god.
I just live here now. This is my life now.
Well,
talking into this microphone about Grand Archive.
We all appreciate it. The viewers appreciate it. Weebs appreciates it.
I hope they're watching. And I really apologize for the thumbnail on this current stream.
Why?
Because all it is a screenshot of the original thumbnail, so it's really fuzzy.
That's fine.
I didn't have access to the picture here.
That's fine.
So I had to do it on the fly. So in the thumbnail, there's still the
she's back.
Frostsworn Paladin, but you still in the thumbnail. There's the timestamp for the original stream, so you see like 11 and a half hours.
That's right. You're just sending a message.
But this Frostsworn Paladin is actually seriously one of my favorite cards.
Here you go. Here's a nickel.
Back in my day, Frostsworn Paladin cost a nickel.
If I had a nickel for every Sword of Seeking.
Oh my god.
And there's one.
I could retire.
Yeah. Yep. What?
You got 2?
Should that be the art for Tunic? Go trade it in.
How much you buying it for?
I don't know. They go for like $20. Well,
Heavens the bets. Looks like on Fire Nick's side of the board, we're going to get a Banner Knight. Banner Knight has also been one of the biggest cards I've seen all weekend to come into play. I don't know if I saw as many Banner Knights before this weekend. I thought those were kind of slipping on a favor because of how fragile they are.
I think when people were working towards the regionals, and early on, they didn't even care about allies. They're just like, I'm just gonna swing into you. I only play floating memory, that sort of thing. But seeing Banner Knight combined with Ensoul, like every match today, Banner Knight's gonna keep his job.
No, Banner Knight has definitely proven to be a very valuable ally to get on the board. Lots of value in one card, especially if you can stick it with multiple allies at the time. That was me, my greasy fingers. Who's out there joining us for stream number 2 of Just Top Cut, semifinals, and hopefully finals right after this? So we're going to banish the GCR, draw an extra card, and honestly, that's where Water Lorraine really has to put in a lot of work, is just drawing as many cards as possible, because all the cards in Water cost so much in resources. But that is a hand if I ever saw one.
And what's that all the way on the right? The old Ensoul.
The old Ensoul, the Water Lorraine win condition. It may sound like I'm wine drunk, but I'm not wine drunk. What?
Doing the pricing.
Want to see Caven pull through? Well, if he pulls through Skirai, then we'll let you know. Right now,
how to do?
He is locked in a battle of wits with Jimmy Lee.
Yes.
And we've seen both of them on stream already, and I really wanted to show the Water Lorraine one more time. So that was a selfish streamer moment.
You're entitled. Where were you at?
So it looks like Nick on the Fire side of things is going to level 2 with that awesome level 2 promo from Kickstarter. It's very dark, but very, very cool looking. Who out there is still watching, still hoping for their favorite players to pull through? Looks like we are going to get a Dungeon Guide. I think Dungeon Guide has just, been so powerful. It's probably one of those cards just going to come up to be probably one of those power cards that we really have to look at in terms of limiting or just seeing how really good it is. It is Caven versus Jimmy in the other half of semis, so one of those two will end up in finals. Looks like we already have people cheering on Jimmy, hoping to get to the finals of the REC. Other people cheering on Caben. So it will be interesting to see who actually pulls ahead there and ends up in that finals matchup. But going back to this current semifinals match of who they're going to face, the Battle of the Knicks. Will it be Water Lorraine? Will it be Fire Lorraine? If you had to put bet on it right now, who do you think's
Water.
got this? You think water?
Yep.
I think so too.
All right.
I think
I drink to that.
so too.
I like the Charizard sleeves.
It's Pikachu wearing a Charizard costume.
I like him.
So, Sword of Seeking gonna swing in here with the level 3 Lorraine Crux Knight. Sword of Avarice.
Draw 2, buckle my shoe. What was it? Savage Slash and a.
Looks like it's another Ascension, so we're just gonna cycle back the sword. 4 different Lorraines in top 4, pretty interesting. 2 are wind, but Cabin is aggro wind. Yeah, so absolutely. So we do now. Granted, the pessimist will say there are 4 Lorraines, so that's not great in terms of just a diverse meta. But to Danny's point, having 4 different Lorraines is pretty cool. So a water Lorraine, which we did. I will say this, Nick on water Lorraine, the only one in the field.
Yeah.
And he's already made it to top 4.
Whole regional.
Don't you do it.
Yeah, it's trick.
Don't you do it.
Yeah, it's trick.
What is it?
When you do it upside down,
No.
you can see it. Watch.
I didn't know.
Yeah, if it's upside down, it goes.
Gonna recollect and draw over on the water Lorraine side. Oh my god, hold on. Recollect and draw on the water Lorraine side. Still level 2, facing down a level 3 Lorraine. Gonna see if he can make it to level 3 this turn. Don't see the dungeon guide in hand. Just pretty sure what they're waiting on. Looks like we have a Freezing Hail. It's going to do 2 damage and not allow the Lorraine to wake up, which is actually pretty huge. That Lorraine, unless they find the card that allows Lorraine to stand back up on its own, it will not wake up during the next Awaken phase.
The old Tide Diviner. Everyone reads it.
Everyone
reads it.
I think just water cards in general, people are like, what's this do?
There's a water element.
Not in my Grand Archive.
We don't take kindly to water.
We don't take kindly to y'all water types around here, around these parts. I think we actually are losing it at this point.
Yes.
Keep us together, chat. Keep us honest. What's going on the stream right now? If you can, really, really please like and subscribe this stream as well, because it may say 40 minutes live this time, but you need to add 11 and a half hours to that.
We are at about 11 and a half hours.
No, we ended the last one at 11 and a half.
Oh, total we started at like 10. So it's been 12 and 22 minutes?
Yeah, basically.
Sweet mama. I think it would be amazing if Water Lorraine won. And then everybody would start panicking and be like, oh my god, what'd we miss? What'd we miss? And then all your locals are going to get, wait for it, they're going to get flooded.
It's flooded because it's water.
Get over there, Pikachu.
Thank you for the Chipotle, by the way.
It's the most expensive bowl I ever bought in my life.
Was it really? Like $14.
16 bucks. Which is probably why they were like.
Easy on the one. None yet.
Well, we did have Chipotle. Big old bowl.
Chipotle and water. I think another thing too is just in this in the semifinal match and just in in this top cut in general, players want to take it very methodical, which I don't blame them. But as a streamer, it's like,
yeah, and there is pretty nice cash prizing on the line, so I can dig it.
I'd rather see good gameplay anyway. Really proud of our players. Really want to shout out Andrew Mendoza.
Yes.
I think I said Andrew, but Andrew Mendoza, local player here, making top cut, getting that invite to nationals.
Yeah, we had
really
Jesse
happy
as
for
well.
him. Jesse, which you
Merlin.
saw on stream just before, making it on the only Merlin deck in the field, on that Fire Merlin, getting his invite to nationals. This is top 4. We have Jimmy Lee, Cabin, and then these two Nicks trying to battle it out for that extra cash prizing, that really sweet playmat. We're starting to see the plays really kind of happen here with the Sword of Avarice, with all the drawing of these cards. And I also just want to shout out, and it's a little cliche, but I really do mean it. I want to shout out everyone out in the audience that is joining us on this second stream. You're putting in the effort to join us on another stream since the last one hit 12 hours. If you've been here since the beginning, bigger shout outs to you. You have more patience than I do.
Oh yes.
It takes a lot for me to watch a stream, and it really does mean a lot to us that you're sticking around with us, even through our little giggle fits and inside jokes, and apparently some ranch secret sauce is being poured on my leg.
Smokehouse.
Really do appreciate you guys, and if you could, please subscribe. It helps us out a lot. It doesn't cost you anything, and just share the channel around. Get us up there for these final 2 matches. So that being said, I will do my part to try and actually commentate on the match happening before us.
Yes, because we did miss a horsey coming in. A Pendragon. Now the crazy thing is, look at, they're both level 3.
They are both level 3.
You have a
both Crux
Pendragon
Knights.
out. You've got all the all this stuff, and their health pools they like barely taking damage. And I know he's healed, but something like this makes me think that he may like sort of fatigue a lot of the great cards out of Fire Nix.
I like how Spirit Blade Ascension just basically reads Pot of Greed. Like, players don't even mimic the motion of sending the Sword of Avarice back.
Yeah, they just kind of go,
Oh my goodness, just all the cards to ever want or ever need.
And Fire Nix like, you need to chill with that.
And this is how Water Lorraine wins. They need to find this huge chain to draw a bunch of cards, because cards do not come easy for Water Lorraine, especially if they weren't able to sweep at level 2. So it looks like we're in a pay 3. Maybe that was 4. Just gotta see the card he's playing. It might have been more. Okay. So it does look like it was
She's
3.
back.
So Frost Swarm Paladin. We should have a theme song for it.
She should have a CSR.
Frost Swarm Paladin. She should have a CSR. I think the card looks so insane.
Yeah, it does.
But yeah, Frostsworn Paladin coming in. I didn't see if he was able to banish a card with floating memory in order to give it the buff counter, but was able to take out the Ghost of Pendragon. So right now, Nick has a Frostborn Paladin and a Tide Diviner on the field, while Nick Fire only has swords out on the field, but we are going to cycle back to Sword of Avarice, and we're actually going to get the Prismatic Edge. Tithe Proclamation when... I agree. We need to see some cards that kind of slow down these card draws, but if you do that, I think this water deck really doesn't have a chance. It needs to draw all those cards because all the water cards are just so freaking expensive. So here we see the Creative Shot come down. Gonna draw 2 cards, have to discard 1. Looks like he discarded an Idle Thoughts there, I believe. A little bit off screen there. Now
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cards in hand for
That's for-
Water Nick.
for Water Nick.
I think it's 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah, 10 cards in hand. And he'll draw to 11. Here we see a devastating blow.
Yeah.
Finally.
A bonk on the head.
Let's go. We're going
Bonk.
in. I'm going in.
I'm Cloud Strife.
That is a big old Buster Sword.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Is he adding the Prismatic Edge as well?
Ding.
Yeah, 13.
Up to 13.
13 damage.
Now,
So
here's the
15
thing.
life left.
Oh, it's not in memory. I was going to say, he's got all these cards in his hand, but it has to be in memory for him to reveal it, and then that's how much he heals.
Yeah, yeah. And they have to be
Yeah.
water cards.
Yeah. Oh. Uh-oh. I quit. Oh, yeah. Should ask for tomorrow off. No? Lucky. He's like, pick one. It's like half his deck.
Well, finally, because he was rolling cards for it, or rolling dice to see which card he should banish.
Yeah.
And I think at this point he's like, listen, this is silly.
Yeah.
Just do it the
You
old
take the
school
dice
way.
roll, you multiply it by the quotient of Lorraine, and that's what we get. Yeah, what? What? Sharks? How do you do that? Oh, your shares. All right. Let's see the channel. Nope. Nope.
What's happening?
310.
3 times what? Okay.
Just calculating how much your shares are worth.
$7 million
So,
each.
oh.
It's just funny watching him pay for things because it's like. So Tide Diviner come down, gonna throw 1 in the grave.
Because he's gonna have arthritis by the time this round's over. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
I
a ton of resources he's got.
But it's just like, what does water do? They have to win the game at some
Yeah,
point.
they don't have any. I mean, they have Soul, but they don't have any other like just big attack cards.
Looks like we're gonna ascension into
Draw
another
2.
Sword of Avarice. Oh! He's drawn so many cards, but like I just haven't seen the damage. We need like insoles coming down.
Oh, I'm gonna
Nope.
pop that. yes. You don't want to come in here. It's like a nut house. Sir, congrats on your
Appreciate it.
qualification.
Yeah,
Oops.
I appreciate it.
Um,
Everyone say congrats to Andrew and chat.
Congrats,
and
Andrew.
Congrats, Mendoza.
Thank you guys.
I'm assuming you won't be here tomorrow.
Nah,
You're gonna live
I'm
life
quite-
and enjoy
yeah.
things. Okay, well,
I'll be
I'll see
Thursday
you.
again tomorrow.
Oh,
and, then
alright.
and then you're gonna be. be Thursday.
You will be missed, but yeah, like
Sounds good.
I don't want to be.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
But congrats.
Appreciate it.
Mhm.
Thanks, guys.
You.
Night.
See ya.
So Fire Lorraine turned. We did actually get another Sword of Avarice as well. So we're gonna draw 2 cards there. Really, I'm just waiting to see one of these players kind of just finish off the other one. I mean, I'm not even trying to be silly here. Like, they just don't have the like kill card.
Right. And to avoid losing progress and then running out of cards, I mean, he's probably gonna have to like wombo combo him. The Fire Lorraine is gonna have to wombo combo the Water Lorraine. Instead, he's like, Bzz. Take 2.
Call me in the morning.
Dr. Nick with the description.
Take 2 and call me in the morning. And then another Creative Shock. It's just like all these setup cards, man. Like, just really, it's been just setup card after setup
Yeah.
card. So, draw for 2 here. I do see a Rending Flame, so maybe we actually see something happen with that. Do you think there's a chance that Nick is searching for a Varuk at some point to maybe hedge his bet against any kind of prevention?
Well, what is water play that prevents?
Isn't there like Water Barrier or something like that? I don't know what that actually presents.
Yeah, no, I would, but I don't even know if he's playing that. I mean, I would imagine he is, but let's take a look.
There's also Deflecting Edge.
Oh, he's playing. No, he's actually playing 4 water barriers. So yes, but is. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, if he gets in Soul or Banner Knight and then in Soul,
And here we see Nick setting up some more.
I just saw it. I just saw it. He thought he was sneaky,
Yeah.
but that in
like-
Soul flew
holy-
across the screen.
Oh my goodness. This has to be lethal, I swear. Because if it's not,
He could probably double End Soul with the amount of cards in his hand.
I just don't see how. What do you need at this point? He's got a quarter of his deck in his hand. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, it's
So he's
like-
got to do 18. He's
Okay.
got 2 tie dividers. That's 2.
You got 2? So yeah, here we go. The first insult is probably coming down.
Horsey.
Horsey.
Draw 2 cards.
Oh, might as well. Well, actually, this makes a lot of sense because you cycle back one of the cards from.
Yeah.
So you cycle back the Drawn Blade so that you can draw 2, and then when you insult this time, you're going to draw another card. What are deck out rules in Grand Archive? I'm pretty sure it's like classic deck out that if you go to draw for turn and you can't,
If the game,
you just lose.
Yeah, if a card or the game requires you to draw, you out. Here it comes.
Bum, bum, bum. So we're paying 6 for the Spirit Blade insult. It's going to be 6 swords. Wait, maybe not. That's a lot. Probably gonna be like 4 or 5 swords coming off of this. So it's gonna be Drawn Blade,
Sword of Seeking,
Ornamental Greatsword,
Ornamental
Sword of Seeking,
Greatsword.
and Warrior's Longsword, and probably the Luxem Sword.
Let me get this out here.
There's the
I'll
Luxem
put
Sword.
another down
there's-
payment. So it's.
Oh my
wait.
goodness. You got 5 swords off of that. All them swords.
Like medieval times is landed on the field. Water booba number 1. Nope.
Nope. That one is not coming through.
Nuke it, dot it. It's gone.
Now he's going to send 1.
2.
Now we're going to send the Ghost of Pendragon for 4.
Oh.
Ooh, and a deflecting
Whoa.
edge, so he's still going to take 1 from it.
Yeah, it chipped his hoof on that one. All right. Whoa! What is
Another
going on?
deflecting edge. Well, we had to get through him, right? We had to get through him.
Yeah. So he's already reduced 8 damage? It's your boy Vic, not Nick.
No fun. The one thing interesting about this is that actually that what it could do is kind of slow the game down because now if he sees that he didn't have lethal this time, and if he can't get to lethal, which he's going to, I think he's going to.
So can I ask you something? If you don't mind.
He may.
Is this game 1?
Yes. We have all the Grand Archive you could ever want, and that's a Freezing Hail. So Water Nick is going to take game 1 here at our semifinals here in Orlando, Florida. 1-0 on the Water Nick side.
GG's rematch.
Judging my opponent is using a book. What is it, the entire deck?
Yeah. Let me pull out my index real quick. Insole.
So other games may call it a library. I think this game takes that to heart. It's like, here you go. It's a freaking library.
This water deck's I'll just pull out my yellow pages. No one knows what yellow pages is. What am I doing?
I feel like I had really good commentary up until about 30 minutes ago.
Yeah, now it's just amazing.
Now it's Aquafina.
and if our commentary has started lacking, the chat has picked it up for us.
They have made up for us. Aquafina was A tier. Hashtag Aquafina.
I'm gonna see how the other matches go.
You mind this? Actually,
No. Gwen just adding to the whole Nick thing was saying Nick's still in my name too. So, thinking about these two players, I think they're really looking to get as much damage in as possible. I wouldn't be surprised if they're really sighting in any kind of extra damage spells, especially on the fire side. You really have to get all the damage you can in. And I think we're just worried about, stalling out in cards, but Nick was just able to, or Water Nick was just able to draw so many cards off Sword of Avarice.
Why does everyone keep asking me that?
So as we are shuffling up for game number 2 here in our semifinals match here in top 8, just 4 players remain. So really just top 4. 4 players remain. I think James went to go check on the Cabin and Jimmy Lee match to see who took that one or who's taking that one.
I appreciate that. Ohio.
Ohio gozaimasu. Thank you desu.
So in Jimmy's game, they're in match 2. He got the first one.
Jimmy did.
Yeah.
So Jimmy, little update here. Jimmy Lee is 1-0 in his match against Cabin. So they are on game number 2. So Jimmy is 1-0.
Keep it on ice. No, don't do it. Sell it. Can I ask them in chat?
No.
Okay. All right. Oh, I appreciate
Oh, you were
that.
a local player today. That's awesome.
Hello.
Any possibility we could turn the AC up a little bit? Our players are freezing on camera right now. I know.
They can just step outside for a minute. I've never heard.
It was really cool to meet everyone today too. I really have been. I didn't get to. I think some of our players saw me a little bit. I made some announcements asking for deck lists, and I just want to really say thank you to all our players who did everything they could to make this a efficient process. Yes, so this is best of 3, so there is a side deck and a side deck in between matches. So. So Fire Nick actually having not too bad a start, getting 2 cards with floating memory in the graveyard pretty quickly. Water Lorraine over here trying to decide how they want to navigate their first turn, already taking 2 damage. So sorry, going into their second turn. So we're actually just going to get the Grand Crusader's Ring, not go to level 1 here, just going to draw an extra card. Looks like we're going to pay 3 for an Aqueous Enchanting. Card's not going to do anything really on this turn, or when it was played. But it is floating memory, so we get to get it in there, then pick up our memory into our recollection phase.
James will throw you on the discount table.
Hey, yo. So, James, I have a hypothetical. So, if you had the power to ragdoll, like, you don't take damage. Yeah, you don't take damage. You turn into like a stuffed puppet for like 5 seconds, and just go boom, and then you're now back to normal. What type of bits would you do? Would you just like jump off buildings, ragdoll?
So Fire Nick is going to play the Creative Shock here, just really setting up Drawing 2 cards. Looks like he actually drew 2 of the same card, 2 Honorable Vanguards, which is really interesting because he's going to be able to ditch one, put that Honorable Vanguard in the graveyard, set up a floating memory to be able to get to level 2. We're going to play the other Honorable Vanguard for 2 resources here, swing in for 1, get in some damage here.
So let me ask you this.
Okay.
What was preventing Fire Lorraine from like going all in last game and just...
I think, to your point, what you want to do is you want to set up this big turn that the Fire Lorraine actually is able to kill, basically OTK. Because what happens against water is if you don't OTK them, they just heal it off, right? So you kind of got nowhere and you spent resources for nothing. So.
And yeah, so you're right. And I also forgot the Frostworm Paladins also have intercept. So even if he does have a big thing, they're just like boo-hoo, and they just tank it. So yeah, no, that's kind of frustrating.
But here we see actually a nullifying lantern coming from the water side. So still not going into level 1 yet. Just a nullifying lantern shutting off all Crux cards and all fire cards that are in the graveyard.
Yep. Hopefully it doesn't backfire, but I don't think it will. Is there any side decking? Yes, there is.
Yep, absolutely. So in between every game, they do get an opportunity to sideboard their deck, get some stuff that's more useful for the matchup. But it looks like Fire Nick is going to go into level 2 Lorraine here, getting that +2 damage and being able to kill any ally and draw an extra card. But it looks like we're not even going to do that. We're just going to go right to level 3 with this dungeon guide. Shout out to our players who have been here since 10 o'clock. We have now passed officially the 12-hour mark since we've started this tournament. This tournament started officially at 10:30. It's when we actually were able to start round 1. So, man, shout out to them. Anyone who's still playing at this point is really showing off some fortitude.
Yes. What? Oh.
Indigestion.
Jimmy Lee is one of your 2 finalists.
Oh. Call Scotland Yard.
Scotland Yard. I don't know if anyone heard that, but those of you hoping that Caben were to finish this out, unfortunately, Caben did drop game 2. So Jimmy Lee is your first finalist, and he will play the winner of this matchup. So Jimmy Lee moving on to the finals. Looks like here we have the Fire Lorraine is going to be... What builds are on the other side of the bracket? Well, currently there's one build left. It's Jimmy Lee on Wind Lorraine, but it was a Wind Lorraine mirror match, but not really because Caben's deck is very aggressive. But unfortunately for Caben, Jimmy Lee was able to actually take that match 2-0. Getting revenge from his stream match earlier in the day where Jimmy Lee and Caben did fight it out on stream, and Caben got the better of that match, but looks like your finals will be level 3 Lorraine versus Spirit. Yeah, kind of crazy. So far, really just water Lorraine doing water things, and looks like we're finally going to get to level 1. Pulling out the Sword of Seeking. off that level 1 ability. The water player really has to do a lot here to kind of claw back into this game, but I think if anyone can do it, it would be a water player. They're able to slow the game down quite a bit, but it looks like but really, it looks like I just see a bunch of Crux cards in the water player's hand. I mean, there's some generic. I think I see a Savage Slash there, which kind of has to come down, I would think. Jimmy's opponent did not play Insult because he did not play a level 3 at all, actually. So he made it to semifinals with just the level 2 Lorraine in the deck. That's right. Pick up your Insoles now because they have been pretty much in every deck list except for Cabins. So really, what is the water player looking to do here? I don't know. I don't know if I'd clear the board or not. I know I don't really want to give my opponent any more floating memory to get cards for free, especially maybe cycle back their Sword of Avarice just by materializing it. Looks like we are going to Savage Slash here. I wonder what the target is going to be. Probably the Ghost of Pendragon, if I had to guess. And then we're just going to play the Tide Diviner here, which is going to look at the top 2 cards. Put one in our hand, one in the grave. And finish off the Ghost of Pendragon. We're just going to materialize the Sword of Seeking during our materialization phase. We have 2 damage on board just from our allies, another damage from the Sword of Seeking, a couple cards in hand, including a Banner Knight, which could provide a lot more damage, but it looks like we're just going to swing in with the 2 allies we do have. Take Water Lorraine to 7 damage. And then just a devastating blow here. Huge damage coming in. 8 damage. And so, the Water Lorraine player this turn has only 2 life left. And it looks like we have a Ghost of Pendragon, which will steal game number 2. I believe coming in for 2 damage. And that... Oh, actually... Oh my goodness. I went back to old school Grand Archive where I thought she only had like 17 life. She has 20 life. And now we're level 2, and the board is just full of allies that Water Lorraine could eat for some more card draw. Is the title sweep a play here? So the Tide Diviner is going to swing into the Ghost of Pendragon. And we're just going to swing directly into it. No added cards. Just going to draw an additional card from it.
Mute it.
Looks like Siri is actually sad the squirrels have left the building because Caven was on squirrels.
No.
Not muted, honestly, just had to breathe. Just completely honest with you.
We took a lap.
We took a lap around the store. We should have been more honest with the stream. But just had to breathe. It's been quite a while. Just James and myself commentating, so this has been a really good back and forth match, to be completely honest with you. It's just coming this late in the night after this many rounds. Looks like we're gonna get the Ghost of Pendragon coming out now. Really, Nick needs to find some way to prevent or add a lot of damage this turn, because right now he's down 20-0. That's not really where you want to be, but I do see. Man, he just the way he can draw into these Spirit Blade Ascensions. It's just really crazy. I think he has like 3 in hand right now. If he had, or he has 2 in hand right now. If he had a Sword of Avarice, so I think he's gonna try to buy himself another turn. So he gets his first point of damage in. Ping. He's gonna end his turn with a lot of cards in hand. Curious if Fire Nick had an attack card Sword of Seeking with that would have secured the game unless it's broken. I mean, I'm not really sure, but tell him to pick one or two.
Which one? Roll the dice. Got a 3. Pick the. Yep.
Be the middle one. So we're getting a 2 cost.
No.
We're getting a 2 cost card here. I wonder what, oh, it's actually that is 2 cost, right?
Yes. Yes, it is.
So Prismatic Edge still showing the fire card.
I'll ping him for 3, right? Or did he reveal a fire card?
So Nick did. Yep.
Yeah.
Didn't get the water card that maybe he was hoping for to draw a card from the Water Lorraine side, but just coming in for 1 damage here. And I think he's going to make Nick have the healing spell if he has it. So I do see it.
Boop, boop.
So we are going to buy another turn. We're going to reveal all our member
There
bits.
actually
Oh, it's
is-
actually, there's only one.
Is it all Crux except for Naya? Is that?
Holy mother of brickin'. And a devastating blow to finish the game. So we are going to game number 3. Woohoo.
Doop, 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 doop. It's already like 1,000,000 degrees in here.
Game number 3. So winner of this will go to the finals. Who's it going to be?
Nick. It'll be Nick versus
Holy
Jimmy.
crap. You're Nostradamus over
I
here.
am Todd Diviner. I can scry the skies. I don't think this is gold foil.
No, that's a fake.
For my money.
Thanks for the warning, Evan. I get to drive home with this in my car. Thank you.
Well, at least you're not outside bleeding.
It's
It's fine.
I mean, facts are facts.
I got the police report. Oh my god.
All right, so going into game number 3, what is the plan here? I think.
Therapy donations, oh, we will take them.
Who said that? We need to get some therapy donations going. Hold on. I need to do something here. So what I should have done, I have a Streamlabs donation thing.
Oh my.
I'm gonna shell out here because I'm losing my mind.
Who's that? That's
Cute.
Cutie Cinderella.
Yeah, that's a streamer. You're showing your age here.
Dang it.
Where do I log in? Now I'm showing my age here.
Where at clickety clack? Go back to the stream.
There's nothing going on. They're shuffling up right now.
No, he's healing. He just revealed 49 water card. All right.
That's what he does. That's what he do. Why?
I'm turning it back down.
Oh, wait, there we go. Alright, so the stream has taken its toll. You are correct. You are correct. So in the description now, there is currently the Streamlabs link. You can do with that what you will. But you could do me a favor, and you could also check out thehaventabletop.com. Wonderful hosts hosting me, having me scream on their stream for 14 hours.
Yeehaw!
But we are underway with game number 3 in our semifinals match.
Level up.
Going to level 1 Lorraine. And guess what sword it is?
Sword of Sanctify the Demons.
Oh my god.
Flamer and Swordsman. Oh, this is a turn. This is a biscuit.
We're playing Grand Archive. I think so, though. Actually, honestly, getting the Flamer and Swordsman out turn 1, or turn 2, and getting out the Sword of Seeking level 1 Lorraine, I think this is a really good turn. You got to use floating memory for it with the Idle Thoughts. Really good setup. Both players were able to pretty much set that up. And it looks like we're actually going to go into level 1 Lorraine ourselves. Over on the water side. Also get the Sword of Seeking. So doing pretty good over here. Both players setting up pretty well. Going to draw for turn. And really, what are we looking to do for Water Lorraine this early on in the game? I think it's all just about that setup. We have a Tide Diviner, but at level 1, it's not so great.
There is no timer for finals. Mr. Heaven Scream or Mrs. Heaven Scream.
Yep, no, so Top Cut is untimed.
Yep.
And so after this, we should have one more match for you, should the players choose to play it, or if they split. We will see what happens.
Yep.
That being said, we have the Sparklight coming down for 2. I kind of hope they play it at this point. Might as well have a clear-cut winner.
Might as well go full psychosis. But we'll see.
Yep, we will see. Up to the players. Going to level 2 Lorraine, we are just moving right along on this game number 3. But level 2 Lorraine coming down, getting that +2 damage, and still no allies on the board.
It's got Flamer.
No, I just meant for the level 2 Lorraine to
okay.
get the extra draw card, which I think both players are doing a good job of not letting that happen. But here comes the Banner Knight, swinging for 3 with the Flamer and Swordsman, coming in for 3.
I gave you the milk for free. Stupid. Watch this. Do the slash. Ugh. Was it like your gang sign or something?
So already 10 damage coming in. You know, the Fire Lorraine is not playing any games, just going as fast as they possibly can.
Oh, it's going.
So the Water Lorraine player is still thinking on what to do here. After going up to level 2, you're going to actually take out the Banner Knight and draw a card, using that first durability counter on the Sword of Seeking. Looks like we have about 9 or so cards in hand. Lots of options to deal pretty much what we want to do, but I will say, if I'm the Water Lorraine player, I'm starting to get a little nervous. This is game number 3, and being down 10-0 this early, I think just really not finding a lot of the draw cards that you really want. I think we're going to have to hard level. Actually, I do see a dungeon guide, I think. Yep, that is a dungeon guide right there. I could see that coming down. Just because there's a lot of Crux in their hand, so...
I would, but they've been here like just as long as we have. I'm like, ow. Miss Todd Diviner.
Tide Diviner coming down, swinging in for one. Got that little point of damage.
Ain't no flawless victory anymore, and I'll boop that.
Nope, booping for 2 on the Lorraine doesn't wake up. You asleep. You frozen.
Putting you on ice.
And then good old reliable Grand Crusader's ring. I mean, really good card to get out right now. Try to get some more, just pressure, more damage. That's what I really want to see out of this fire player. Really put the hurt on, you know, at this point. Going up another 2 damage. Leaving this level 2 Lorraine with only 10 life left, but still only at level 2 ourselves. Here comes an Honorable Vanguard. Also a very reliable card. Coming in for another 1 point of damage. Now this Lorraine should have about 9 life left. It looks like we are going to pass our turn over to the Water Lorraine player. See what they decide to actually go into. So a Grand Crusader's ring of our own. Quite a few cards in hand. I wanted to see if this is the dungeon guide turn to get to level 3. Oh sh.
That's you.
I'm the magic chef. How many people we got watching right now?
About 27.
Holy crap, you guys are able to put up with us? They're not watching for us. They're watching for people who are good at Grand Archive.
Hurry up. Hurry up.
28.
Oh. Ooh, bless me bagpipes. Boop. That was 29. Wait, what the?
What?
What?
Oh, what the hell? My Good Grand Archive and funny commentary. That's the 1-2 combo. I'm glad someone enjoys it.
Yes, we're very thankful that people are appreciating the nonsense.
I think what people may have realized at this point is that I'm like going in and out. I'll have like a good 2 minutes of solid like actual commentary.
Yeah.
And then just giggle.
Yeah, it keeps things in balance.
It's like I was really good all through Swiss, and that took forever. And now I'm just a marshmallow of a man.
I'm half man.
I'm half the man I used to be. I'm gonna get copyright strikes from.
This whole thing a wash.
I almost heard you cry right there.
Yeah.
But we do get a cool Frostborn Paladin coming down. Just keep playing that card because I like it.
I mean, I feel like this is, other than End Soul, this is where like the bulk of the damage is coming from for the water deck.
It's definitely where it came from game one where Water Lorraine took it. So, yeah, I definitely agree. But interesting enough, he chose to leave it up because he's probably worried about dying this turn. Just stopping as much damage as he can. It's like the Joker origin story. Jesus. It's that bad? Alright, maybe I need to, like, go to bed.
You bumped off Bruce Wayne's parents and then you just started commentating.
I actually felt like I was doing really good just now until I saw that comment, and now I feel like I'm losing my mind even more. You want to know how I got these scars? Is this what everyone like listens into in tournaments? It's just like, you know, let's see how long it takes for the casters to lose their minds. Looks like we are gonna banish 2 cards here. Go to level 3, Lorraine Crux Knight. Actually, really like this card. It was the card, kind of like Lorraine in general was the card that got me into Grand Archive. Saw that art and was like, I wanted to play that.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Then I found Sylvie, and I was like, I think I can make a Sylvie deck work.
I want to throw squirrels.
I do want to throw squirrels. I don't want to dream about rounds of Grand Archive. As much as I like this game, I have seen enough Grand Archive for one day.
I think he wants to dream about an internet without streams. That's what he's going to dream about.
A life pre-internet. So Spark a Light coming down. Gonna Spark a Light the Frostworn Paladin. Was not long for this world. Did not get to use it. So that was one of the gambles you take for leaving it up for the intercept.
Yes.
So didn't get to intercept anything other than a couple spells, and then didn't get to, you know, deal that 3 points of damage back at the Lorraine. So now we are going into the Water Lorraine's turn. I don't even want to know right now. Looks like the Nullifying Lantern is going to come into play. We're going to keep ourselves off of any fire shenanigans from the graveyard. Also, any Crux sites that are going to be recycling those Ascensions. We're not going to see any of that. So Nullifying Lantern is going to turn off all that fun stuff that's in the graveyard. Another big thing it turns off is Rending Flame, so not able to banish those 3 fire cards from the graveyard because they're not technically fire cards right now. So unfortunately for Fire Nick, this could actually start, you know, going in the way of Water Nick's favor. Just have to see in Water Nick can capitalize on slowing this Fire Nick down.
You mean the tide will turn?
You're banned.
Alright. See ya.
No, you're actually, you're arrested. You have to stay here.
Oh my goodness.
You're not allowed to be banned. Go Water! I agree. I want to see the Water deck do well.
No, make the water noise. You put the water. It drops. Oh my god. How long you been waiting to show off that? That was perfect.
You didn't know.
I'm about to check a leaky faucet around here. Ladies and gentlemen, donations, come on in.
It's not as loud as I used to be able to do it. There we go.
That was a banger. That was a juicer.
Our viewers don't know that's actually coming from my mouth. Is that sound? It's not a soundboard.
Alright.
Listen, dear viewers. High level stream tech right there. You're damn right. Ghost of Pendragon coming down. I think really what I want to see. What I want to see is just the water player actually just putting in the damage, though. I mean, this is a more methodical deck. It's going to take a little bit longer.
I think if he doesn't keep clearing his board, though, then he might just
He's
go
actually going
around.
in
But
right
yeah,
here.
he
Yeah,
did just
4
go for the
damage.
face.
4 damage there.
Sorry, I
and
saw Valkyrie loaf, and I pictured like a thing of bread with wings.
Was it riding a Pegasus?
No, Valkyries don't ride Pegasi.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't. They
Why
have
not?
wings. They fly.
Yeah, but the Pegasus also has wings.
Oh, that's too many wings.
It's like
in
multiple
one thing.
wings.
Whatever. So you got the bread, right?
It's like an angel bread.
Ooh, angel bread.
It's got a little halo too.
Have a little Valkyrie toast.
Whenever I hear the word loaf, I think of a cat. So, just think of it. Like a Valkyrie loaf is just like a cat in the loaf position, but it's got wings and armor.
Yeah. And whenever I think of the word moist,
All right.
I think of Water the Rain deck.
Yep.
And it is 10-13. This is going to be a clincher to go to the finals.
You mean a quencher?
Oh my god.
It was my turn for the bad pun.
Ah, touche.
So yeah, the ornamental greatsword coming out, so be able to buff the dungeon guide of all things for an extra point of damage. So currently 10 to 15. So now it's 10 to 19, going into the Water Lorraine's turn. And here we see that first Sword of Avarice coming down, which usually spells, which usually means the Water Lorraine player is going to draw a lot of cards this turn. Water Lorraine player is going to draw a lot of cards this turn, especially if they have Spellblade Ascension. The store has completely cleared out. There's only Jimmy Lee, these two players, and the two other coworkers or two workers at the front. It is just Grand Archive in the building at this point. Really got to figure out who the regionals champion is at this point. Who's it going to be? One of the Knicks or Jimmy Lee?
Did you guys say Google got a gamer moment?
So Recollect and Draw going into Nick's turn. So I do see quite a few cards in Nick's hand at this point, but I assume he's going to Insole this turn. The question is he going to Insole to deal as much damage as possible, possibly ending the game, or is he going to Insole and clear the board? I imagine there's some math that has to be done here. So on board right now, not including the weapon, he's got 4 damage on board between the Crux Knight, the Ghosts of Pendragon, and the Dungeon Guide both equal 4 points of damage, so he's going to take him to 14 if he chooses to. That means he has to find another 14 points of damage this turn. I believe Insole is worth about 12 on average. I may be wrong there. I'm just trying to remember exactly how much it's worth on average just to insole someone. So that wouldn't quite do it. And Nick has to be really careful, because if he doesn't kill him this turn but he burns his hand trying to do so, then he doesn't have any of his combat tricks to stay alive, and only having 9 life is actually very much in the kill zone of a Fire Lorraine deck. I appreciate the kind words, Skirai. You've been actually hanging out with us most of the day, and I really appreciate you. Really appreciate all you guys watching. If you can, make sure you like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. We may have one more match tonight. It really just depends on if the players choose the player split, that last match. If they choose to play, we will, of course, bring you that match. It is Jimmy Lee and the winner of this match in front of you. Looks like we are going to Freezing Touch. So we're going to Freezing Touch the card on the left here. And that is going to be a Dungeon Guide. I'm sure he's not super worried about losing that Dungeon Guide right now, other than just losing the card available to him to, you know, pay for things.
That would be funny. I was reading the comments if we were to commentate at Ascent.
Oh, that would be amazing. Could you imagine Ascent with this level of commentary? I don't think Weebs of the Shore could handle it, the audience could handle it, or I could handle it.
There would have to be some on-site Chipotle. What deck is Jimmy on? Is he on Wind Lorraine?
He is on Wind Lorraine. And a pretty...
And not aggro Wind Lorraine.
You know, like a normal one.
Like
I say
OG,
normal, I just mean like classic.
mid-range, like
It has Insole, has, you know, it goes to level 3, all that good stuff. So, and we saw Jimmy go to level 3 like all 3 games against Caven on stream in Swiss, and then it turned out bad for him. But then Jimmy was actually able to take 2 games to none over Caven in Top Cut.
yeah.
The thing is, Valkyrie, I think I could handle like streaming kind of like this more if we were able to like rotate or something like that. It's just been us for 13 hours.
Yeah.
So here comes the Frostsworn Paladin, gonna actually be able to banish that floating memory, draw a card off the Frostsworn Paladin, and say go over to the Fire Lorraine deck. Gonna leave that Frostsworn Paladin up for another way to stop any kind of damage here. Just try to intercept something big like a Devastating Blow or Rending Flames or anything like that. Ascent After Hours. Really does feel like that at this point. Here at 11:30 at night here at the Haven Games in good old sunny, but not sunny because it's the dead of night.
It's some swamp booty weather outside. Oh, thank you, sir.
You know what?
Or ma'am.
Comments like that, it really does make it worth it. I know that's pretty cliche to say, but just the fact that people are out there enjoying the commentary, enjoying the gameplay, really does make it worth it. And we really do appreciate you guys watching, sticking through it with us. Let alone sticking through, having us stick through it. The fact that you've been able to put up with what we've been putting out the last hour and a half, I really do appreciate it. So
This guy, this is quite the board state he's got. 2 very tanky allies, Horsey and Frost Paladin, a little dungeon slap going here and there. get a drawn blade. Dice flew across the store. I'll take one card, please. Was not able to see it.
Having a lot of fun watching this. Hope this finals games happen. Thank you so much, Danny9253. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So glad to see that Paladin come down. I feel like I alone have talked about how much I like Paladin. I'm just gonna make it like people are like, you know what? I also like Paladin. It makes AJ happy, so like it makes the stream lively. Aqueous Enchanting. So I believe that is +1 damage to everything. Yep, we got some nickels.
All right, everyone, you got money for the toll booth now.
2 nickels.
Is that 3 in souls in his hand?
Yes. He's like, he's like, you will die. So 4 damage there.
We should probably also stop screaming stuff like that across the store.
Oh, they shouldn't be able to hear us, right? I hope
They can't
not.
hear it now.
Yeah. We are in a sequestered room. I know. Oh, here's one of them. Here's one of the insoles. He's going for the kill here. Do it. Do it. Execute orders. So it looks like we have the Luxem Sword going to come in for 3 damage. Looks like we're just doing the math here. I think he's wondering if he's dead or not.
So, with Ensoul and a Dungeon Guide... Oh, no, wait. He has to do 13 damage with a Paladin, which the Paladin's hitting for 4, I think. Dungeon Guide's hitting for 2.
He does have a deflecting edge for the Luxem Sword.
Okay.
No hand currently because he did play the Spirit Blade Insult, so I do believe that actually dropped his hand down to 0.
3, 4.
So 6 damage, and I think we have 2 more attackers can come in for lethal.
Yeah, it's got... Actually, isn't Dungeon Guide alone lethal? Then you have Frostworn Paladin.
Dungeon Guide alone is lethal. So 2 here. And
Oh,
that is it.
right.
Water Nick is going to the finals against Jimmy Lee. Insane play. Insane game. How's it going, everyone? That was an insane game. Thank you so much for sticking with us this long. I know it's been a little crazy here. Commentary's been less than professional. So, whoa, yeah, whoa indeed. Whoa indeed. Water Lorraine is making it all the way to the finals. The lone Water Lorraine in the field. So that is a Win Lorraine and a Water Lorraine in your finals. It's going to be Jimmy Lee versus Nick. And what a match that was. I mean, that was a slog. That was, honestly, both players had to think through a lot. Could have gone either way most of the time, and I just want to say good job to both of our players. I mean, that was great. Making top 4 is no easy feat for the Fire Lorraine players, so I just want to say good job to them. we are going to go to the Be Right Back screen real quick, let you know if the top 4 or top 2 players, the finalists, want to play it out. If they choose to do so, we'll bring you that match. If they choose not to, I'll also let you know then, and kind of see who actually ends up. I think the higher seed would be the champion at that point if they choose to split. So that being said, I don't see why they would split. I mean, it's almost midnight here. I get that's late, but you have one more match to play and you get to call yourself the champion. I think you play for it. So that's just me. We'll see what happens. Don't go anywhere. Share this around. Share the stream around and see if we can get way more viewers in for the finals match if it goes on. If otherwise,
Can you mute?
so that being said, I actually just got word that they decided to split. So I would like to thank you all one more time for joining us on this journey from 8:30 in the morning Eastern time. Well, I got here at 8:30 in the morning. It is currently 11:40. We've been streaming for 11 and a half plus 2 is 13 and a half hours. So my voice is going a little bit. Prizing is a mat and a card. We also had extra prizing, which was cash, some gold packs. There was actually a lot of prizing on the line. So I believe they're going to split the cash that's remaining at this point. They're going to split the gold packs, and then I believe higher seed will take the mat. That being said, if you can and you liked what you saw, please subscribe. It would mean a lot to us here at Adventure Company Gaming. Thank you to Weebs of the Shore for the opportunity to host. And thank you so much to all of our awesome viewers who chatted all day long, stuck it out with us, and dealt with my antics in this last 2 rounds. I know it was less than professional, but I did have a lot of fun doing it. And I really want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for watching for this long. And that all being said, I am going to get out of here, and love you guys so much. And with that, good night. Have a good night.